Everything away from LeCavalier. Score! Score! Peter LeCavalier! He wins it for the Lightning in overtime!
Now scrambles away from one hit. Look, uncorks a deep one for the end zone. Phelan is down there.
Oh, he got it! He got it! He got it!
We're here at Teesside Dragons, again with Steve. Last week, disappointing loss, unexpected loss I suppose. How do we recover from that going into this game against Telford?
Well, a good way to bounce back from that is to play a team from a higher division and beat them. You know, I said about it in the press release. It might have been the kick up the backside we needed last week. It was a game we thought we were gonna win, especially after the great result against Solihull. So after the game last Sunday, we were really hurting because we know we let ourselves down. It was a game, it was there for the taking, and unfortunately it was our discipline in the second period that let us down. So hopefully tonight this is a great opportunity to bounce back from it.
What's the mood been like in training over the week then? Are the players ready to go, ready to take on a Division 1 team, harder, stronger competition?
Yeah, I know there's a few guys that looked at themselves, I think, from the performance from last Sunday and know that they let the sides down with regards to the penalties they've taken. So hopefully this week will be one of them games where they're trying to put things right, and hopefully we can do that in playing against the Telford Titans, which are a good team.
You're not playing tonight yourself, Steve. What's happened?
As you get older, it gets harder to recover from these injuries, I'm afraid. So I got a bit of a knock to the ribs last week, and I'm still hurting from that. It might be a couple of weeks before I'm back. I'm just waiting for an X-ray to come through, which I should get this week. So you know, it's just unfortunate, I guess.
Well, we'll speak to you again at the end of the game. Good luck.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game, you know. The whole team worked hard and end-to-end stuff as normal. You have to step up when you're playing a team from a higher league, and if we did that tonight, so...
Were you expecting the game to be as high scoring as it was?
No, I wasn't. I thought, you know, it'd be tighter than it was, 1 or 2 goals in it, but we seemed to get a lead and sort of keep going. They scored 1, we get 2 back. That's the way you got to do it. You got to shut teams like that out, not let them in.
It's a big score, big difference compared to last week. What do you think was the difference? Were you motivated from last week's loss?
Yeah, I mean, always lose. You've got to push on and try harder this week, and stepping up against a team from a higher league, always a big motivation. You know, you got to bring your A game, as they say.
Next week, Nottingham away. What do you change? What do you keep the same going into an away game? Because you had a lot of home games last couple of weeks.
Don't change anything. Just carry from tonight on right into next week, and train hard Tuesday, Thursday, and see what Sunday brings.
Andy, thanks for joining us. Shared sponsor for this season as well, Yankinov. So thanks very much. It's a fantastic result tonight. I got the feeling going into the game that people in the stand thought it might have gone completely the other way. Looks like Teesside went and stormed this game from the offset.
Yeah, well, I think from the beginning of the game we were the underdogs, obviously, because they're a Division 1 team. Last year they were in the top 4 as well. They made the playoffs, I believe. So it's always going to be a difficult game. I think what we had was we had a lot of guys coming into this game which were hurting from last week. So we were, like Andy was saying before, they were bringing their A game into it, and I believe everyone was really up for this game, and the scoreboard says it all. Really happy with that result, 9-3. Their 3 goals, they weren't great goals. I thought we gifted them 3 goals, really. There was a face-off where we went, straight from the face-off, we went to the guy in the point and he shot and he scored the goal. You know, we weren't ready for the face-off. There was another goal where it just went to an open guy and we weren't picking our men. So, there was 3 goals there that I thought we could have done something about, that we gifted them. But Andy scored a really tremendous goal in the second period. It was a great team goal. I think it started off in our own zone, tic-tac-toe, down the ice, and he put it in on the open net. A really great goal to score. And his work ethic tonight was fantastic, and that's why he got man of the match.
I thought the passing game was pretty spectacular tonight. The guys seemed to be passing the puck quite freely, putting the puck on the net. Big change from last week. Was there any change to coaching that you wanted to put in place from last week?
Yeah, I think one of the things we talked about was trying to make the big Hollywood pass, the big long ice pass, which looks nice if it comes off. But a lot of these guys, you can read it. You can read the pass. So we talked about stepping in and making the easy pass and the shorter pass, and that was something that we looked like we did tonight, rather than trying to do a lot of cross ice passing. And what we also looked at is trying to play it back to the D to D, regroup and then break out as well. And that's something we looked at following the last game, and something we worked on in training, and it seemed to do well this game.
So it's away next week, Nottingham. Is that going to be any different going on the road? We've had a lot of home games the last couple of weeks. What do you change going into an away game now?
Well, next week we're going to be without Mark Lovell for definite. I'm not sure whether I'll be playing next week. I'll have to see how the injury is. Sometimes when you play the games along the road, they're okay. We pull it out the bag. Guys have to dig in deep and work hard, and hopefully, it's a real challenge for us. And hopefully, we'll step up to the mark and get a result there. But Nottingham, I believe they've been getting some really good results, and they're quite solid at home. They've got a guy who's just come out of retirement for about 13 years, named Simon Hunt, he was an idol when I was a kid. British kid, made it into the Premier League, and did really well. And he hasn't played for a number of years, and now he's come back. So it'd be nice to step out onto the ice or see this guy play, because when I was a kid growing up, he was one of the idols. There was guys like him, Nicky Chin, David Longstaff. Some real inspiring players for British junior kids coming through that wanted to make it into the higher leagues. So it'll be an honour really to step onto the ice with some of these guys from Nottingham.
And good motivation after today's win as well.
Well, let's try not be complacent, I guess. We played the Solihull game, and that was a great result, and then we were a bit complacent maybe. But I think the key thing was discipline. We've got to keep our discipline, and if we've got the guys on the ice, then we're a good team. It's the discipline that cost us last week. So hopefully, if we can sort of get over that now, we can move forward. Yeah.
Steve, we'll hopefully catch up with you at Nottingham. Great game tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Okay then, cheers.